Basically, somebody put together a montage 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 whites in the last 10 years killed by blacks, including a daycare worker killing an 8-month little girl by suffocating her, and it was caught on TV. Army veteran 86 and his wife 85 who were executed in random act of violence while visiting their son's grave at the cemetery.
I remember
in
that one.
2017. Yep. 5-year-old boy shot dead at point blank by neighbor. That's the Cannon-Hinnant case. Neighbor who shot a 6-year-old girl in the face when basketball rolled into his yard is arrested after manhunt. He had just killed his girlfriend with a sledgehammer. A woman 25 violently shoves a man 74 off a bus to his death when he asked her to stop cursing and yelling at other passengers. A 5-year-old boy thrown from the 3rd floor of the balcony in Mall of America by a Somali.
I remember that one.
Yep. That barely got news at all.
Yeah.
North Dakota girl 14 dies after being beaten, choked, and stabbed 25 times in a random attack while skateboarding home. Suspect tells the cops he did meth the day before and doesn't remember anything. Man arrested for shooting a college student dead as he walked his dog in Philadelphia. Fast food restaurant worker, dad of one, survives being shot in the face by twin sisters after they complained about a $3 hamburger missing from their order. I'm begging you, I have 4 kids, harrowing final words of female Uber driver 38 who pleaded with passenger to spare her life before he shot her in the head during the robbery. This just goes on and on and on and on. And it's news articles that that never were.
They make the local news, but they're not being picked up nationally.
Yep. Yeah. And they're shut down as quickly as possible because they do not meet the narrative. So let's start the fun here. Let's go to CNN.com. And yes, I'm going to share the screen. Just give me uno momento, por favor. Oh, it added a different one.
Oh, nice.
What is this shit? Remove, add. There's the list I was trying to show you. Look at this.
Yep.
It's one after another. And these are all news stories that were disappeared almost instantly.
As soon as they happened.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Where were we now? Share screen. CNN. There we go. Let's do some searches. Now it's the time to do the searchings.
Show and tell. Yes.
Let's get rid of that little box over there. Let's start, of course, with our favorite one. George Floyd. We have typed George Floyd up here. You can see George Floyd. I will hit the enter button. Yep. And 1 to 10 results out of 44. They've trimmed this down. They probably dumped old stories after a certain point or archived them in some manner.
Okay.
Let's try Irina. The first one is what's going on in Jordan or in Qatar.
Huh. Well, there's the other one. There's a Ukrainian refugee stabbed.
Yeah. Look at though. We put her name in there, right? All the George Floyd ones, 44 of them were George Floyd. First one, Qatar. Second one, Ukrainian refugee stabbed.
Well, look at the date though. They're all on the same date.
Yep. It's yesterday. What is this? French Minister Putin cannot be trusted. Ukraine is on its back. It has nothing to do with any of that at all.
Uh-huh. One mention.
Yep. And it's basically the same article.
Yeah.
And it's the same. Oh, no, the text is slightly different. Deadly stabbing and getting stabbed to death. No mention at all of who stabbed her or why. This is CNN. Let's try Daniel Penny.
Okay. Nothing.
Pennies. Literally articles about pennies, and one article about Neil Diamond. And then Trump spotted at Army-Navy game. Oh, look, Daniel Penny speaks out after acquittal. Way down here at the bottom. There's a couple of articles. Okay. 1 to 8 out of 32. I'm going to guess you got these 3 articles here, December 10th, December 11th. Right there. And it's about his acquittal. Yeah, what they're doing is going after his judge's dismissal of manslaughter charge. They're going after the case. There's no mention of the actual violence itself.
The incident.
Yep.
Yep. I hope he sues the shit out of that city.
Yeah. Yeah, as do I. Let's see what else we have. Trayvon Martin, everybody's favorite. Remember that one?
Yep, that was a big hootie-doo.
They tried to make that one out as though it was a white guy who did. It was a Puerto Rican guy. The right is race mongering. Friend of Michael Brown who helps spark hands up, don't shoot chant. What is this? They don't have any of their shit together. I guess Trayvon Martin's too last whenever.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got one there. Kilmar, Abrego. I'm going to an African country I've never heard of before because I'm an idiot. Garcia. Why does that article keep coming up? But for this one, you've got article after article after article after article after article for an illegal alien.
And you're literally poisoning the minds of the idiots out there.
Mm-hmm. That's the point. That's entirely the point.
Yeah, they're basically instigating an army of idiots.
Yes. Yep. Let's try something here. Let's try black on white crime. Man faces a federal charge after the fatal stabbing. The right is race mongering. Friend of Michael Brown who helped spark hands up, don't shoot chant dies after being shot in Ferguson. That's funny. You remember Michael Brown, the one who was shot by the cop? He charged the cop, and then everybody tried to pretend that the cop just assassinated him.
Yeah.
And they had rise with it. His friend was just killed. Let's see here. Back to AP News. I put Canon Hinnant in. There is literally no mention at all of Canon Hinnant. It's not there. There is no mention of that. There's a whole host of other ones. There was a couple in Ohio who were kidnapped it was 4 to 6 black teenagers kidnapped them, tortured them, repaid them repeatedly, essayed them repeatedly, and then stuffed them into barrels and sealed the barrels and left them there.
Of course, they're dead, right?
And yeah, clearly.
Oh, yeah.
And there's never It was mentioned in 1 or 2 local news articles, and then it was just ghosted. It was just completely. And this was a brutal act.
Do you remember any of the names?
I don't.
All right.
I don't.
Well, anybody watching, see if you can find
somebody's gonna know what I'm talking about. It was in the Midwest or in Ohio, somewhere along those lines. And it was a couple. They were kidnapped. They were tortured. They were essayed. They were stuffed in barrels. And it was bad. It was really, really freaking ugly. We haven't been watching the chats as much as we said we would because we just kind of got wrapped up in things. We apologize for that, but you're probably going to be okay.
Yep.
You'll be fine.
You're not going to die.
You're not going to die. Let's go to Reuters now, which is the other big one. Reuters News. Your browser has lost connection to audio. That's good because I don't care. Fuck you, StreamYard, you piece of shit. Irina? I forgot how to spell her name. I got the window up here. Zarutska. You dirty bastard.
What?
Irina Zarutska. Reuters News.
I don't know, man. This whole thing.
That's Reuters results for. Look at. Watch.
Okay.
3 hours ago.
That's it.
Yeah, this one wasn't here this morning, September 8th. Trump cites Ukrainian woman's murder in push for broader crime crackdown. Wasn't there. I did this search this morning. That's why I brought this one up.
Do it because they talked about it at the White House, and the mainstream media is like, "Oh shit, our pants are down. I guess we should start covering this."
Yep.
We got the monkey on board.
Yeah. Hey, there he is. We're doing searches, Jimmy. We're doing searches.
I've got a search for you.
Okay.
Look up the magistrate judge.
What's that?
Who? Look up the person who's the magistrate judge. That.
I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that. Stand by. I'm getting to that.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Standing by.
No. Jimmy's right, but that's actually next. We're being retconned.
Yeah.
Because these articles were not here. A gruesome murder in North Carolina ignites a firestorm on the right. September 8th.
Yeah, so yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we noticed it a couple days ago. It was on Twitter, 3 days ago, the day before yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And it started going viral. And these mainstream media companies are like, "Oh shit, our pants are down. We didn't cover
They're retconning.
Yeah.
They're absolutely retconning. I chose these specific media outlets because they didn't have articles up. Not only are they ignoring press, just like Kash Patel when I yelled at him at the beginning of the show, the only reason they're doing this is because the public is up in arms over it. They're trying to pacify us. They're trying to put us back into our sleepwalking state, our somnambulant state.
You and your words, man.
You're a grunt. Anything over 2 syllables is too much for you. I'll bet Jimmy knows what somnambulant means.
Not a clue.
No, that means sleepwalking. Insomnia, right? Can't sleep.
Yep.
Somnia, sleep. Ambulant, moving. Somnambulant.
Okay.
Sleepwalking.
All right, Mr. History Guy. You're my editor for a reason.
Hey, what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? Look, this is... What's the judge's name, Jimmy?
Hang on. Let me find it real quick. Because I was doing some scrolling through the old Twatter sphere like I normally do. And, well, I found
Mrs. Battle Dwarf found it, too. Actually, let's see if she tagged me on it. I asked her to tag me on it. Let's go over here to my Twitter mentions. There is the Battle Dwarf. Big shock. I repeated. You know what? When that son of a bitch killed that girl on that train, he paced back and forth in front of her. Everybody sat there and watched.
Yes.
He paced back and forth in front of her and repeated. You could hear it in the audio. I got that white girl. I got that white girl.
Yep.
Deliberate, calculated act. She has not mentioned me. H Dizzle Network is posting things that are going to make me find him and physically do things to him that include extensive surgeries and years of therapy.
We can't do that.
I think about it though.
Of course.
I can think about it. This magistrate judge doesn't even have a law degree. They only have to have a degree.
Really?
In North Carolina.
All right, now hang on.
Mrs. Battledwarf ran this to ground, and she's probably, she doesn't have the years of experience that I have, but she's just as good at researching stuff.
No law degree. Now, okay, let's just be honest. Well, law degree is pretty much worth the paper you can wipe your ass with it. That's about it.
Okay, that's fair.
We're cranking out lawyers at astronomical rates. Most of them are completely feckless. And there's a reason why lawyers have one of the highest suicide rates of other professions, because they go into massive amounts of debt. And then if they are not suited for the job, or they got DEI'd into their credentials, they get out into the real world and they just get waylaid. But I don't trust lawyers. I don't trust the way they talk, the way they handle their shit. I got it. I'd rather have somebody up there as a magistrate who has a lot of life wisdom.
But the problem is the system that we have with all of the freaking rampant Bolshevism.
Drink.
There, I said it. Bolsheviks. Bolsheviks. Now drink.
Jimmy, you missed it earlier when I was trying to find that. I accidentally hit the disco super chat button. Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to turn it off, you hit the button, and then if you want to turn it off midway, you just click it again, and it goes away.
Is that how that works?
Yes.
I was over here. You couldn't see me. I was here panicking. I'm like, what do I do?
I saw you. It's pretty funny.
How do I am
shoestring budget? This is a shoestring budget problems. It's not a big deal.
That's right. So anyway, what's happening is just like the lawyers, and I worked at a very high-end law firm in LA a bunch of years back. We were getting lawyers from Brown and Stanford and places like that who couldn't write a simple declarative sentence.
Wow.
And that's a lawyer's bread and butter. Now, a magistrate in North Carolina, all they need is a 4-year degree, and those are handed out like popcorn now. So you can literally, if you've got Soros kind of money, go find a Subway sandwich maker who has your general opinions on everything and make that person into a judge.
Yep.
You can. That is not hyperbole. You can actually, literally do that.
This is fucked up, man. This is fucked up.
So now that we've got this world where everybody is noticing all of this stuff and people are finally up in arms, and the Irish look like they're going to start to kick ass and take names, which I'm hopeful for. The Japanese have just forced their prime minister to resign, and they are beginning to think about ways to kick people out. The French are now leaving pigs' heads in front of mosques, which is very, very French. Do you hear about that one?
Yes.
And in Nepal, the people have risen up entirely and are running down communist politicians. A lot of people don't know this. Nepal has had a communist government for some time now. Mm-hmm. I don't know a lot about Nepal. It's one of those countries that's just never been on my radar. I know where it is, and that Kathmandu is there. But other than that, I can't really tell you a great deal about it. But what's happening right now is the people in Nepal are running down communist politicians in the street, ripping them naked, and then beating them some more.
And then burning their houses to the ground.
And burning their houses down, and they burn down the parliament building. What I think is happening is the pendulum has gone so far. And now it's swinging back, and we are about to see a whole shitload of stuff. Now, the popster here has something to say about all of this, particularly in light of the poor young lady who was tragically ended in a train by a psychopath, feral animal. So take it away, popster.
All right. Luckily, we live in the United States of America, where we have the Second Amendment, which is your right to keep and bear arms. All right.
You have a right to keep bear arms.
Now, listen, I'm not advocating for violence. I'm just saying with the response times taking longer and longer, you might have to make a decision on being judged by 12 or carried by 6. And if you are in the United States of America, you need to exercise your Second Amendment rights. My advice is a 357 and a 45 are the ultimate equalizer. A 100-pound woman going against a 300-pound man with a 5-round revolver stands a way better chance than trying to go with just your hands. Now, luckily, we're in America. Over in China, they disarmed everybody and they herded up whole religions, the Uyghur Muslims, and they're now selling their organs on the open market.
Yep.
And we have, they disarmed Britain, and they've been overrun with immigration, and they're having all kinds of problems. And they're having similar problems over there where their government,
Australia, same thing,
and Australia too, are not reporting on all of the crime.
Yep.
We're in America.
Yeah.
Exercise your Second Amendment rights.
They are arresting people in the street in England for displaying the English flag.
Correct.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.